In this video, I'm going to show how to install a 510 Cartomizer into the Billet Box's internal tank and fill it up. The first step is to prime the Cartomizer, and we do this simply by adding at least 25 drops of e-fluid into the top and then allowing it to absorb into the Cartomizer's packing material. Now this one I have already prepped, as it can take a few minutes for the juice to absorb. You can add more drops if you don't mind taking the time, but the minimum amount that we want to get in there is 25. We also want to do a clean job of it, so once we have all of our drops in, we want to have a look down the Cartomizer's center and make sure that we can see all the way through with no juice obstructing the airway. We also want to have a look on the bottom and make sure that there is no juice hiding in there either. If there is, simply blow it out, clean it off, and we're ready to move on. With the tank out, we next need to add a few drops of our e-fluid to the O-rings to lubricate them as we insert the Cartomizer. This is important not only to allow the Cartomizer to slide in smoothly, but also because we could accidentally cut or damage the rings if we attempted to do it dry. The O-rings are replaceable, but we don't want it to happen in the first place. This is really easy to do with the tip that we're going to use to fill up the tank. Just add a bit of fluid to each side and spread it around the ring. Now the tank is all ready to accept the Cartomizer. To install the Cartomizer, you can work from the top down or the bottom up. I personally like to work from the bottom of the tank and then push in the Cartomizer while twisting. Then we line up the top of the Cartomizer with the tank's upper hole and push a little more. The e-fluid on the rings is really good at preventing accidental cuts, but a new Billet Box owner just shared a very cool little trick with me that makes the process even quicker and safer. If you have a drip tip that is the exact diameter as the Cartomizer, such as the one that will be included with our complete Billet Box kits, you can install the Cartomizer into the tank with it on. This eliminates any chance of accidentally cutting or damaging the O-ring. So thank you, Bammers, for sharing that cool little trick. Once we have the Cartomizer all the way through, we want to have the top of the Cartomizer protruding out from the surface of the tank just about 1 millimeter. On the bottom, this flat portion of the Cartomizer should be flush with the bottom of the tank or just a bit recessed from the surface. Now that's it for the Cartomizer. We could go ahead and fill her up, or we could put her back into the box first and then fill. It really doesn't matter, but for right now I'm just going to add a little bit of juice with a bottle while I still have the tank removed to give a better view of the filling ball valve. To fill it up, place the plastic taper tip down on top of the ball and push down and diagonally towards the inside of the tank. The tip is going to be held by the force of the spring-loaded ball, and you can start to squeeze your juice into the tank. Now, there's no question that bottles are a lot more convenient than syringes, but as far as filling speed goes, syringes win by a lot, so I'm going to finish it off that way. But first, just to show filling with the tank installed, I'm going to put the tank back in, tighten the top screw, secure it with a coin just until I have it nice and snug. Insert my syringe the same way as I did with the bottle tip. Inject my fluid. Remove the tip. And done. Now, when I'm done filling the tank, I've been giving the face just a little couple pushes just to add some pressure inside the tank and to help seat that ball into place. There's really only one thing that will allow the tank to leak, and that is a bad seal between the ball and the face. That is why we never use any metal needles to inject the juice. They could create a small chip or ding into the face that would allow air to enter the tank. If air can get in, juice can fall out. So always use a plastic tip when filling the tank through the ball valve. And that's it. That is how you install the Cartomizer and fill the tank in the Billet Box.